we got to make sure that we go out there and we're ready to go, because you want to send the seniors off at Kennedy Stadium in a good way. You don't want to go out there and lay an egg. So, we got to make sure that we're prepared, through the speaker practice, we go on Saturday ready to go.
Through this season and really through the careers you guys have had to face different kinds of adversity, whether it's what happened last year. In your case, you were injured and you had surgery last year. Then this year you got to your spot and then boom, you had an ankle injury. Does that kind of make some of your accomplishments that much sweeter, knowing how hard you've had to fight to back personally and then collectively as a team?
Yeah, I think it really just, makes you feel good. And, at the end of the day, when you've been doing everything that you possibly could to be on the field, and as a team, as a group, as a whole, being able to do everything that we can, to be successful. After the disappointment that we had last year, and being able to have the success that we've had this year, I really just think it means that much more because we know what it's like, to be down and out and whatnot. So be as successful that we have right now, I think is really just that much better.
You look to be really explosive through the hole the other day, probably for the first time, at least I've seen since maybe the first half of the Iowa State game since your injury. Do you feel like you're right now 100%, and how did it feel to make those cuts and explode the way you did?
Yeah, I feel 100%. It felt good to make the cuts. When the offensive line makes the holes for you, and you can be explosive, you can get a nice little burst through the hole. It really just helps you gain some confidence, helps the offense gain some confidence. So I really just think that it helped a lot.
What was film session like with that juke that you made on the 51-yard run?
It was pretty good. Everybody made a collective ooh, I made the move. So it was good. It was a good little film session.
Yeah, you showed a lot there. that usually, hey, don't get skinny, run the guy over. But in your case, man, you sidestepped him. He went down.
I was looking at him because I was running downhill a lot, the entire game. So he was probably expecting the same thing, and then just I guess set him up and cut it back. I probably should have taken a knee, probably at the 2-yard line. Yeah. But I didn't worry about that. But it was good though.
What would it mean for this team to finish it off undefeated at home and clinch the Big Ten West?
It'll mean a lot to us. Because after the down finish that we had last year, to come back, doing everything that we can, to be successful. I really think it'll be huge for us. But we just got to stay focused on our preparation and on practice, throughout the week in our film, so we can be prepared, so we can go out there, be successful on Saturday, so we can get the victory.
How are all three backs or four backs so interchangeable?
Because you got to give a lot of credit to Coach White. He does a great job coaching us, so we're well-rounded and, in all parts of the game. And, and we're also a close-knit group of guys, so, any of us can go in there and we can make plays. And with offensive line, fullbacks, tight ends, and receivers blocking the way that they do, it just makes it that much easier for any of us to go in there and have success.